Well, what's up, guys? Got Dave here, and I wanted to make an install video for this one guy that I was talking to in the comment section, and he asked if I would do an install video for the windscreen on the Superduke. Honestly, when he asked me, I had just taken it off because I really liked the way this bike looks without it, and how clean the dash is and stuff. And I don't like that extra piece there, and I don't know. It really took away from the looks of the bike. But since I have taken it off and ridden it for a week now on the freeway, going to work and back without it, I'm putting it back on. Just because the difference in the wind hitting me is so much different. It's so much greater without the windscreen. So since I'm putting it back on, I figured I would film a video for this dude. And here's the kit. It's really not all that big of a deal. There's a couple of brackets that hold the windscreen, and then there's this plate thing that goes kind of like right about there, or right up there or something. It like blocks off the light from the headlight is, I think, what it's supposed to do, so that you don't get the light from the headlight reflecting off of that up into your face or whatever. And all you really need is a 6mm Allen for the big ones, and then a 3mm for these little ones, and then you need that Torx. I don't know what size this sucker is, but you need the biggest Torx that KTM gives you in the kit, T45, in order to undo these two bolts, this one there and this one there. And it's the top trip clamp that holds the two. What I do is I use their little Torx bit that they provide in the kit, but I will stick a 6mm Allen wrench into it to give me some leverage. Seems like that works pretty good for me. And then just got to weasel that out. It's kind of difficult to get to these bolts because the blinkers are right in the way, but it's not that big of a deal. There's one. You want to take these all the way out because they will get replaced with those new Allen bolts that are longer. Alright, so both of these are out, and they will get replaced with these that use the spacers. That's why they're longer. You want to find little letters on the bracket. There's an R and there's an L, so that tells you exactly what you're going to do. R is, I think, going to be the right side? I don't know. That's just a guess, but I'm just kidding. And so the Allen's going to go through like that, and then the spacer's going to go on the other side of it like that. And this tab thing's going to go down low. And it goes kind of like behind the blinker like that, and in there like that. It's kind of weird to get that thing in there. Kind of a tight fit. Luckily the blinkers flex, and you can I'm picking up on the blinker a little bit. Get that sucker in there. I think it goes this way, if I remember correctly. Get it halfway snug. See, and it kind of hits like that. So you get those halfway in place, and then you get these rubber things, and they go, you put the top two in, and then the bottom two hold this plate thing. I think I gotta pull this out to get that, like that. And you put that plate there, okay? And when I first installed it, this plate was just barely touching the plastic, and at a certain RPM, when I was like, it would be like, and it would vibrate really weird. And so you might have to like reach behind the windscreen and push it down, like bend it, or reach under here and bend it. Like, I forget which way it is, but you got to bend it a little bit just to get it away from there so that it doesn't rattle, because it might rattle just a tiny bit when you first install it, depending on how it settles in there. So you get those four rubber things in there like that, and then the windscreen is going to go on top of those, but you want to have like a couple screws ready so you can hold it up there like that. I think that's the right way. Hold it up there, and I'm going to put one of these screws in there so that it doesn't fall off. There. And each screw has a little plastic washer that goes on the back side of it, and you want to make sure that you put that plastic washer, because see how it's got that little right there? You want to make sure that's on there, because I think if it doesn't have that, it might end up cracking the windscreen. It might actually hurt something. So you want to make sure that's on there. And so I'll get these suckers in there like that. All 4 of them. That's the trick with, like, when you're installing something that's got like a bolt pattern or whatever, you know, like say, like see how like a bolt pattern in the sense that like this has 4 screws that hold it on in a certain pattern, and they need to line up. Usually what I do is, if you get all of them in there loosely first, and then start tightening them up. Don't put one in and crank it down and then try to get the other 3 in, because you'll end up fighting yourself. Get this side tightened up. It's pretty good. And then get this side tightened up. And what it's doing is it's pulling that rubber piece down, like squishing it, and it gets bigger on the backside and holds that thing in. Yeah, that's good. There. See, okay, did you see what I just did? I should have freaking made part of the video that. I just pushed on this and tweaked it up. So now it's not touching nothing. See? Now it's not going to vibrate. Alright, and then what you want to do is you come over to here and use the long end of the Allen, and actually you can only kind of go like a little bit at a time because it's really tight in there, but you want to get that nice and snug. You don't want that top triple clamp to be loose, and then you want to turn your steering the other way so you can get at that bolt and get in here and tighten this sucker up. And that's how it locates. It's just those 2 big bolts in there. That's all it is. That's it. That is it. Nice and tight. Now it totally takes away from the looks of this bike, man. But oh well. I don't know. I really don't like the way the bike looks as much. But oh well. And then you put these little caps over there to make it look all slick. And there and there. That's it. That's it. Ready to go, man. All good. That's the install. That's it. That's all you got to do to get this thing on. So have a great day. Peace.